Good morning. Loudoun County residents and county elected officials have urged the State Corporation Commission to tell Dominion Energy to put new transmission lines in eastern Loudoun underground. Those calls are getting louder since last week they got formal support from some state elected officials and Loudoun's member of Congress. For Monday, September 8th, it's your Loudoun Now Morning Minute. The Community Foundation for Loudoun and Northern Fauquier Counties invites you to their 2025 Roots and Legacies Awards Dinner and Gala on Friday, November 21st at Gordon Springs in Purcellville. They congratulate this year's Philanthropist of the Year, Jim and Rebecca McDermott, Changemaker of the Year, Father Daniel Velez Rivera, and Morven Park, winner of the Nonprofit Achievement Award. Roots and Legacies will be a night to remember, and event proceeds support the Community Foundation's mission to grow community giving. Tickets and sponsorships are now available at communityfoundationlf.org. Thanks for being with us. I'm Rence Green. More and more elected officials are joining the calls for Dominion to put its new transmission lines in eastern Loudoun underground. And most recently, that includes Loudoun's member of Congress, Representative Suhas Subramaniam. The Golden to Mars project, as it's known, strings new 500 kilovolt transmission lines from the Golden substation near the intersection of Route 28 and the W&OD Trail southeast to a new substation east of Dulles Airport. Dominion plans to run those lines near residential neighborhoods and near Rockridge High School and Rosalie Carter Elementary School. This has drawn some concern from residents. Last week, Subramaniam wrote a letter to the State Corporation Commission, which has the authority to decide where those power lines are allowed to go. Like the Loudoun School Board and Board of Supervisors, Subramaniam said the SCC should use every tool possible to bury those lines underground. That joins letters last week from Delegate J.J. Singh, Delegate Marty Martinez, and Senator Kanan Srinivasan. Dominion representatives argue burying 500 kilovolt lines presents a number of problems, including higher costs, environmental impacts, and construction delays. They also say it hasn't been tried very much here in the U.S. Subramaniam told Loudoun Now that something needs to change as the county's data centers continue to require more power infrastructure. The General Assembly's Joint Legislative and Audit Review Commission, or JLARC, released a report in December that ordinary ratepayers aren't yet helping cover the costs of building new infrastructure to serve power to data centers, but that will change soon if nothing's done to prevent it. This also comes as Dominion is in the middle of its biennial arguments in front of the SCC asking to raise electricity prices. They're also asking to change their rate structure to create a new class of high-energy users, like data centers, so that they can put more of the risk and costs of that infrastructure on those high-energy users. Legislation that would have supported burying high-voltage lines and conducted a study on cost allocation and utility rate classes, as well as other transmission line and data center-related bills, have repeatedly failed to get support at the General Assembly. Public hearings hosted by the SCC on the Golden to Mars project are scheduled for September 18th and 29th at Rockridge High School beginning at 6:30 p.m. If you're interested, there's a link to sign up to provide comment in the story on our website, so go to loudounnow.com/morningminute to check out the whole story. In other news, and speaking of data centers, as we often do, the data center industry's 7x24 Exchange DC chapter is awarded $116,000 in scholarships, school supplies, and charitable donations to students and nonprofit organizations in Loudoun and Prince William. The biggest part of that funding came through $78,000 of scholarships for outstanding college students and graduating high school seniors pursuing studies in engineering, technology, and other fields critical to the data center industry. Scholarships went to 22 students and ranged from $2,000 to $9,000. They also donated $20,000 to Dulles South Soup Kitchen, $10,000 for back-to-school supplies to Women Giving Back, $5,000 to House of Mercy, and $3,000 to ACE Mentorship Program. 7 adults and 3 children are out of their home after a fire at a house in Sterling Friday morning. Loudoun Fire Rescue responded to a report of a fire at a single-family home on North Brunswick Street, just off North Sterling Boulevard, around 5:10 a.m. on September 5th. The Loudoun County Fire Marshal's Office determined the fire was accidental, caused by an electrical failure within a gas-powered motor scooter. The Red Cross was called to the scene to provide assistance for the residents. Damage to the structure and contents, including 2 vehicles, is estimated at more than $417,000. And the Loudoun Wildlife Conservancy will host a special open house at its J.K. Black Oak Wildlife Sanctuary next Sunday, September 14th. For the first time ever, the trails at the 89-acre wetland near Luckett's will be open to the public for self-guided tours. J.K. Black Oak was classified as a globally rare wetland by biologists from the Virginia Department of Conservation's Natural Heritage Program. According to Loudoun Wildlife, the property is home to more than 1,000 species of birds, mammals, amphibians, reptiles, insects, plants, and fungi, including the confirmed presence of the endangered northern long-eared bat, which is why the sanctuary is not usually open to the public without permission from Loudoun Wildlife. Guides will be there to answer questions and share their expertise and highlight the nonprofit's work to protect J.K. Black Oak from the county government's proposed Luckett's bypass for Route 15. More information at loudounwildlife.org. Get the full story on this and all these stories over at loudounnow.com. On today's Get Out Loudoun calendar, Morven Park is offering tours of Davis Mansion today from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. From 1903 to 1942, the mansion was home to Westmoreland and Marguerite Davis, and it still contains many of their eclectic and opulent furnishings and antiques. Check out the rest of the events calendar at getoutloudon.com. And if you like the Morning Minute, launch a Morning Minute scholarship program for outstanding students who are pursuing careers in fields essential to podcasting the news. To tell your friends and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and it'll be waiting for you there every morning. Okay, have a great day.